So, the first topic of today is how awesome was the Madison Square Garden rally of Donald Trump, and all his team and all this assembly was so amazing in many ways. And we have, of course, many great pictures. But I want to talk about a couple of things that happened that night, especially all the energy, all the amazing energy that was irradiating. And well, the pictures speak for themselves. I really love this picture of the Donald with Hulk Hogan. I went. It was really cool when Hulk Hogan went on stage. I remember when I was a kid watching WrestleMania and all that. It was just awesome. So many memories and all the energy. And of course, well, one of the things that was repeated over and over again is that that this was going to be a meeting of Nazis, and we're going to address that in a minute. But we also needed to take into account that, well, regardless that Taylor Swift, Beyoncé, Megan Thee Stallion, Lizzo, Usher, Kelly Rowland, Leonardo DiCaprio, Kerry Washington, George Clooney, and all that, the whole Hollywood enchilada, plus a $1 billion campaign and 93% positive press coverage, and Trump still is ahead in the polls. Again, you still have to go out and vote. This is very important. You have to go out and vote. The vibes. You know that when they say that this was going to be a rally of Nazis, it's interesting pictures like this, the Persian Jews. Isn't it wild that Jews can openly be Jewish at a Trump rally, while Jews at the DNC had to hide in private rooms for fear of being targeted? Yet it's Trump who is accused of being anti-Semitic. It's something that I don't understand. But that logic is not something that is easy for these people on the left. I wish it was easier. All the different names that they call Elon Musk because of his amazing great energy gelling at the start. Yes, it's awkward. We know that the guy is peak awkwardness, but well, he's doing everything he can. So well, we can have a better future, not only in the United States, but globally. And I think he's doing a great job. Vivek Ramaswamy was his speech. Maybe I should dedicate just maybe 20 minutes to analyze Vivek's speech, because the guy is just amazing. But one surprise of the night, something that really surprised me. I don't know about you. I was not a Dr. Phil fan, but more and more, that he had been working with some of my friends at the behavior panel. They were for Merit Plus Media. Big shout out to the behavior panel. Great guys, amazing professionals, and they are working now with Dr. Phil. And Dr. Phil has been more and more vocal to this side, to the conservative side, to the right side of history. And all of a sudden, when he's announced, "Whoa, Dr. Phil, let's listen to him," and it was an amazing speech. Well, that guy is a seasoned speaker in many ways. The guy is something that comes natural to him, and the way that he described how Donald Trump is not a bully, that was just amazing. And the way he crafted his it was like his point, right? It was like he was in this huge court, and he was saying, well, I'm going to make a point about Donald Trump not being the bully, and how the Democrat Party has been the bully all along. I really was really happy with this. Again, I understand that so many of you have this connection of Dr. Phil with being a bit, some disturbing topics, but I think he did the right thing. That was amazing to see. We also have, well, I'm going to paraphrase some of these words briefly. And some of you are already mentioned. Thank you for reminding me this. Thank you, Chris Fields. By the way, Oprah's protege. Oprah must be, I think he's not Oprah's protege anymore. Oprah must be fuming because Oprah is full for Kamala. I wonder why. All those pictures of Oprah with Jeffrey Epstein, with Harvey Weinstein, with Didi, and I think I'm missing someone right now. And she basically discovered Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil just exploded in popularity. Now he has his own channel, his own media company. That is so amazing. And he said, I'm not here just to stand up for Donald J. Trump. Lord knows he doesn't need me to stand up for him. He's tough as an all-army boot. He's got lots of enemies, different groups that are scared. And between them, they have impeached him, indicted him, raided him, railroaded him, shot him, and sued him. And where is he? He is still standing. He just keeps on because he loves this country too. This is something that many people don't understand. And Donald Trump said that. I think he said that on his speech last night, that he could be just relaxing with his millions and not going through all this, but instead he chooses to do the right thing, something that we were covering in that long live stream the other day, which when the time comes, you should do the right thing. You should do the right thing. Absolutely. Yeah, I absolutely loved every speech was amazing. I have to say that every speech was amazing. But again, that the media, we need to talk about the media and how the media was framing this in all these ways, especially how they wanted to make it seem like somehow this was, how can I put this? Well, they said it literally, that this was some kind of, Nazi gathering, not some kind, an actual Nazi gathering, and they made a point in such a way that MSNBC put images side by side. We're gonna put it right away, so you can see them with the actual Nazi rally back in 1939.
But that jamboree happening right now, you see it there on your screen, in that place is particularly chilling because in 1939, more than 20,000 supporters of a different fascist leader, Adolf Hitler, packed the garden for a so-called pro-America rally, a rally where speakers voiced anti-Semitic rhetoric from a stage draped with Nazi banners. When a Jewish protester rushed the stage, the Associated Press reported, quote, instantly, a dozen or more stormtroopers set upon him.
I thought about the Star Wars stormtrooper. Sorry, I cannot avoid
knocking
it.
him down and beating him as he held his head in his arms. Most of his clothing was torn from his body.
Yeah, okay, but that was back in 1939, and there was a completely different people, and so much things have happened since then.
Later, he was booked for disorderly conduct.
Okay, what does it have to do with Donald Trump and the rally at Madison Square Garden last night? Nothing, right? Nothing. This is what they do. This is what they do, like the book on Human says.
Against that backdrop of history, Donald Trump, the man who has threatened to use the military against opponents.
He has never said that, and we already know what Kamala did. I'm not going to repeat it.
He calls enemies from within, who has threatened to.
The enemies from within are the people who have been leaking plans of, in fact, Israel's attacks.
To use the troops to quell what he says are lawless cities, and to use those troops to carry out mass deportations of immigrants.
Well, the mass deportations of immigrants is a real thing. That I'm going to at least one truth that it's for real. Donald Trump said that, and he means it.
Is once again turning Madison Square Garden into a staging ground for extremism.
Yeah, this is how the media is reacting in the way that you could expect to react. But not everything is lost. Thanks to Michelle Maxwell, we have this. So many Nazis at Trump's rally today. They are taking over the country. Be afraid. Be very afraid, people. And we have this group of very dangerous Nazis.
Hey, we heard that Nazis were supposed to be here. That's what Hillary Clinton said. So we out here to see. Have you seen a Nazi today?
We are the Nazi party.
Yes.
Yeah.
No,
I'm white though.
I'm
the Nazi right here. Yes.
Yeah.
Dominican Nazi.
Dominican.
Dominican Nazi. This is like the remake. This is the Latino remake of Springtime for Hitler from the producers. Absolutely.
Nazi. Latina Nazi. We got.
Oh, I'm the black Nazi.
Black Nazi.
The biggest blackest Nazi you ever seen in your life.
I'm the Jewish Nazi. The Jewish Nazi. Hey, listen, I'm the cool Nazi. I'm the white Nazi. I'm Mr. Cool himself. He out here, baby.
He's the white Nazi.
This is so cool. This is so cool. This is the best way to get back at those people. It was just.
White Nazi.
We are all united here to make Donald J. Trump the 47th president of the United States. Woo!
Stop listening to the media.
Yeah, stop listening to the media. We are the new media, by the way. We are the new media. We're going to be talking about that in a minute. But this meme from Elon Musk sums it up very well. If he's Hitler, why didn't he do Hitler things his first term? Why didn't he do Hitler things before? Nobody can answer that. Oh, maybe he forgot that he was Hitler. He bumped his head the day of the inauguration back in 2017. And then, well, he just forgot. Oh, I forgot that I was going to be a dictator for some reason. And, well, something that I don't know if I can play here. I hope that I can play at least one part. I don't want any copyright strike. The other day we had a copyright thing because talking about Metallica, just that 5 seconds in a 4 hour live stream, those 5 seconds, it was an instant copyright claim. You know that, Lars, please. Yeah. I'm trying to help you, bro. I'm keeping you relevant. Give me a break. Well, Christina, New York City. What better song than New York to close out the rally performed by the great tenor Chris Macchio? And I'm going to play just the last part. I think that maybe it's no problem. I'm gonna do it till the end. This was my favorite part. It was just amazing, I don't think I can play many more of that song. I really wish that I was there last night. I really have had this huge missing out sensation. In fact, New York is one of my favorite songs just because of one verse that is so powerful when it says, if I can make it there, I will make it anywhere. Something that I have always attracted me about that city. Maybe someday I will make it in New York, and you, my body language bodies, you will be there as well. I know. Maybe someday I have to, do the full Tony Robbins stuff and focus on that. Let me see what else we got here. So many things. Even New York City Mayor Eric Adams says Donald Trump is not a fascist. Eric Adams doing the right thing, defending the Republican again. That was awesome. That was great to know. We still don't know what's going to happen to Mayor Adams will be following very, very closely. And this is, a way to spot the hypocrisy of the left. Thanks to J.E. May, Duchess Marmalade. That's a photo of Bill Clinton at his rally at Madison Square Garden in July 1992. Somehow, that was okay. But somehow, if Trump holds a rally at that iconic stadium in New York City, the legacy media, specifically MSNBC, along with Hillary Clinton, who was at that rally at that time, and another time that I really forgot, it's 2 times she has been there, are showing video clips of a Nazi rally at the Garden in February 1939 and equating Trump's rally to that. It is beyond outrageous. It is manipulation of the worst, most malevolent sort. The Madison Square Garden has been the site of many political events over the last 85 years. Only Trump is being compared to Nazis for choosing that side. Hypocrisy is too mild a word. It is evil and malevolent and intended to mislead and deceive the public. And of course, we got the usual pundits with their, their very predictable physiognomy saying this kind of things. This is, thanks Mace Moore, this is how professional liar Susan Rice described Trump at the MSG rally. Sexist, pro-dictator, dangerous, 1939, divisive, dark, evil, pro-Nazi, hateful, retro, whatever.
They're terrified of, effective, smart, strong women and leaders in the United States. Secondly, they embrace and laud and praise dictators like Xi and Putin, with whom they want to become closer.
Trump hasn't said that he admires them. He just says that they are brilliant. And as I've told you many times in my own live streams, maybe not talking about Putin, maybe not talking about, you have to separate some characteristics from your judgment of the person. Maybe you can say, okay, this is a villain. Maybe a villain is really smart, and you need to acknowledge that the villain is very smart, so you can outsmart him. Oh no, you cannot say someone who is evil is smart. Why not? What are you afraid of? You have to acknowledge that. You have to realize that, because if you want to neutralize any kind of threat, then you have to measure or assess the threat in this case. It's no problem saying that someone is brilliant, someone is like when you say that Hitler was a great public speaker, which is undeniable, then you will always get someone who says, oh, what is the source? How do you know that he was a great public speaker? And you say, okay, you are judging the person, you're judging the character. I understand. You don't like Hitler. We agree with that one. But you can, maybe acknowledge the fact that one of the reasons that he amassed so much, power and influence, it was because of his progress with public speaking. Oh no, you cannot say that. No, it's not that I'm judging something. It is a fact, right? So people get triggered by that kind of things, and that is low IQ. That is no other way of saying that is low.
They
IQ.
are our most formidable adversaries. These people are dangerous. Donald Trump hugs dictators. He's about to have a rally reminiscent of 1939, cheering on Nazi Germany.
Whatever. Well, at the same time, I just realized that I've told you that you can always learn something from someone, no matter who they are. And I just learned how to say the word.
These people are dangerous. Donald Trump hugs dictators. He's about to have a rally.
She's saying a word was interesting.
They are our most formidable.
Formidable. I didn't know how to pronounce that word. Now I know. Thank you, you Trump derangement syndrome, terminally ill lady. Formidable. I have never pronounced that, but now I know. And they they went all the way to project on the Madison Square Garden the words Trump praised Hitler, which he has never done. But you know how they want. They want to just to push the Atlantic thing, which is the only thing they've got. I am going to talk, by the way, about that Puerto Rico joke in a minute. I'm going to address it in detail, but that's going to be in a minute. We need to talk about a couple things before, and just make sure that you download my free 100 body language tips in the description of this video. Yes, I'm still the body language guy, and you can get subscribed. You can be subscribed to my email list if you download my tips, and I will be able to send you emails directly about whatever is going on, and if anything happens, we will be able to stay in contact through email.